All praise due to the Fahrenheit schlang. It is the schlangs that brings us here together. All praise due to the Fahrenheit schlang. It is the schlangs that brings us purpose. Welcome to the fair. A message from the schlangs. May the schlangs keep us happy, content, peaceful, and prosperous. May the schlangs help bind and connect us to the whole. May the schlangs allow us to see each day as an opportunity and choose the time to enjoy it. May the schlangs allow us to approve of ourselves, always moving forward. May the schlangs tell us there's nothing too good for us. May the schlangs allow us to move effortlessly through this journey called life. May the schlangs not only show us that we are enough, but we rise to the top. May the schlangs allow us to fulfill our destiny. Welcome, y'all. It's the Fahrenheit Hour. I'm your host, First Degree The D.E. Got a lot to get did today. Where's the list? Okay. Talking raps. You asked it, so I'm coming with raps, because you asked it. Okay, I'm gonna bust some Bris raps. Drakeo the Ruler. Okay, some Bris raps and Drakeo the Ruler. Okay, we talking story time. Okay, we talking story time. Andre Nickatina, the king of the filthy mall. Now, I'm gonna start with this little update on our network. Okay, 24-hour superior of slumpage low. Okay, Sack Rap TV, sackraptv.com. Movies, shows, news, videos. We making it together. That's the trippiest of part. Anywho, I got an email from the Googles this morning. More slow motion. I let them know we on the cusp. It's so hard when you on the cusp. I don't know where the Google headquarters is, but it seems like it's planets away. Our friends at Google, please allow us to play our own music so we can have this 24/7 network. Oh my goodness. Real close though. As you know, it's built. It's already built. So they're moving slow on that now. I want to start with story time. Okay? I want to start with story time. I'm starting with the anomaly story time to the end. This is what we're doing. We're going to talk a little AI. We already talked our network. We're going to talk about story time. Andre Nickatina, the king of the filthy mall. I got a story. It's an unreleased movie that he filmed and he never put out. I don't know why he never put out this movie. But anywho, I'm going to tell you about it. You're going to be the first to know. Then I'm going to go through some raps. Then we going to holler. Okay? Then we going to holler. So first, story time. Andre Nickatina. Picture 2003. Okay, now that I know. The only unfortunate part of this story is I'm not sure what city it is. Okay, I know it's Northern California, up near the border, way north of Sacramento. That I know, in the mountains. But when you've done 100 shows with Andre Nickatina, the king of the filthy mo, it's all a blur. When you've done 100 shows with Andre Nickatina, Mac Dre, Smoothie, and Equipto, it's all a blur. But anywho, I know it's Eureka or Shasta, somewhere that's up there. 2003, that I know because the bat was out. You know, a lot of these stories start with D.E. Getting a call, D.E., I need you. Hey, this was the same. Getting a call from Andre Nickatina, D.E., I need you. Now, if you ain't know, Andre Nickatina is 11 and a half feet tall. So when Andre Nickatina calls you and says, I need you, you got to do it. So I was like, what you need? He was like, I'm filming a movie called Cookies and Cream. Okay, I'm like, oh my goodness. Tell me about it. He said, I'm going to have 30 models all in one complex and just see what happens like a reality show. I'm going to say it again. I'm chilling. Call from Andre Nickatina, the king of the filthy mo. D.E., I need you. Okay, clip this. This is important. Recap so far. I'm chilling. Call from Andre Nickatina, the king of the filthy mo, which is San Francisco. Shouts out to the San Francisco town. D.E., I need you. What you need? I'm filming a movie called Cookies and Cream. It's going to be about 30 models. We're going to throw them in a room and see what happens. Okay. The only thing is it's a blizzard. That was the thing. Only thing is a blizzard. Now, if you've never driven in a blizzard, oh my God, you've never driven in a blizzard, you can't see nothing. It's just white and just little coming out the windshield. White out with little coming out the windshield. So I'm driving for hours slow up a mountain by myself in a blizzard because I got a call from Andre Nickatina, the king of the filthy mo. Oh my goodness, that was probably the hardest drive I've ever driven. And I've driven 27 hours straight with Brother Lynch Hung to Kansas City. This was hard. Well, that's a tough one. I can't say it was harder, but it was in that arena. We're going to classify it was in that arena. It was a very tough drive. Anywho. I get there. Nicest just loft and in the mountain, nicest complex, like a giant, just a nice, I can't even describe it. Rooms everywhere, just luxury this, luxury that. Oh my goodness. And just like he said, there were 30 models in there. So I get in there, luxury this, luxury that, 30 models. I'm just kind of stunned after this long drive. And then they all just start, what's the word I'm looking for? Catering to my needs. Not like that, but like they got me a drink. And then I just had this room. I was tired. But for the whole night, can you picture 19 feet tall Andre Nickatina telling 30 models what to do, and they're just doing everything he says. He was like, dance here, dance. Oh my God. Why did he never put it out? Why did he never put it out? It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen, yo. Andre Nickatina in the middle of nowhere during a blizzard in a giant luxury complex telling 30 models what to do. Oh my, and he never put a film crew. King of the filthy mo. Cookies and cream, man, never came out. Andre Nickatina telling 30 models what to do all night like a conductor. Oh my goodness gracious. Mr. Fahrenheit. Let's check the chat. Yes. Yes. Frankie's 21 feet tall. All right. B, Julio, let's do this. Next, I'm getting into some raps. Okay. Okay. Before we get into the raps, because I want to end it with the raps, because the raps are special. Okay. I want to talk about there's some confusion. Okay. What I had said on the Underbelly Sound Wars, I said I had a little. It wasn't a slip, but I just kind of just said it's the American story, and it caused some confusion. So I'm gonna clear up some of that confusion. If you ain't synced it, Underbelly Sound Wars 5-part series. Now, it's many levels of depth, but at its core, Underbelly, clip this. This is important. At its core, Underbelly Sound Wars is the American story. Holla at me in the chat if you've seen Underbelly Sound Wars. The 5-part series, Matrix, Star Wars, DC, Marvel, all combined with a DE twist. Holla at me in the chat if you've seen Underbelly Sound Wars, the 5-part series. I'm headed to the chat. Yes, King, yes, yes. Now, I'm going to tell you how it's at its core, the American story. America, land of the Native Americans. Then they came in on ships. Now we had 2. Then they brought more on ships and more came from the south. Now we had 4. Then they came from the east. Then we had 5. Okay? Now, a lot of stuff happened a long time ago. You know, bad things, good things. But we talking about now. Now, we got all kinds of different kinds of people here in America. Okay, so that's why I made the gentleman come from London. Okay, the gentleman comes over, triggered Native American. We got Arab, we got Mexican, we got everything. Robo D, I just said make him Asian American. Okay, make Robo D Asian American. Okay, at its core, Underbelly is explaining to America, because we have so many different of people here, we have the power to be the greatest. I can't even say we are because we hold ourselves back. There's too many factions. Imagine being the greatest football player of all time, but you hated playing football. Okay, imagine the greatest football player of all time. Let's say basketball. Okay, let's say the greatest basketball player of all time, Dennis Rodman. Okay, the greatest basketball player of all time, Dennis Rodman. What if Dennis Rodman hated playing basketball? When you see Americans hating on other Americans because they're different, The difference is the gold mine. I'm going to say it again. America's a tyrant around the world. I know America does this, America did that. But at this point in time, you got so many different cultures here. Now, I know you humans. Okay, I know the humans will fight even if they look the same. I'm going to say it again. Humans in their nature will fight even if they look the same. It's not about looks. It's not about skin color or nothing. You know, you go to these countries that have they all are one culture, with quotes. They will still find a way to find separation and fight. Tell me I'm wrong. In the chat, tell me right now, if you had a nation, all China, African nations, Latin nations, ones that are all one culture, do they still find a reason to fight? It's not about skin color. So if America could just harness the Mexican American culture, harness the African American culture, harness the whites, harness the... I live with the Indians. I'm telling you, the Indians from India got so much for us. I live in the neighborhood of Indians from India. They got so much for us. If we could just harness instead of hating the difference. If we could just harness instead of hating the difference, man. Harness instead of hating the differences. Everyone's life would be so much better. Do you feel what I'm saying in the chat? This got nothing to do with raps. So that's why Underbelly Sound Wars has to be seen by the people. That's why I spent 15 years writing it in the back of my head. That's why I spent months and months and months learning the AI, learning how to properly write prompts to get the story to the people. It's more than raps. If America could harness the differences instead of fighting over them, everyone's life would be better. Instead of, I hate you because you're different. The same human. I even seen stories on this recently. On a white, it was a white dude was tired of the diversity, plucked himself out of America, went to Russia, and experienced more hate than he ever felt in his life. I'm gonna say it again. And it matched perfectly with what we're talking about. A white dude from I don't know where, Randomsville. This is an article I just read. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Was tired of the diversity in America, went to Russia and experienced more hate than he ever felt in his entire life. Why? 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 One, because you took yourself to Russia. Ignorant. Because you took yourself to Russia. Two, if the humans are here, they gonna find a way to tussle. If you don't leave these moos and Jews alone that's fighting, if they want to fight, they're gonna fight. We have to lead by examples. Oh my goodness, man. The only way we lead by example is exerting our frequency. The Fahrenheit hour, Fahrenheit hour, Fahrenheit hour. The purpose of the Fahrenheit hour is to make a world a better place, man. The core of Underbelly Sound Wars is to get America to appreciate the fact that he's Mexican, the fact that he white, the fact that he black, the fact that he Indian is a plus. I'm going to say it again. The fact that he white, the fact that he black, the fact that he Mexican, the fact that he Asian, the fact that he Indian is a plus. You know how much the Indians have to give? How much we can learn from the Asians? You know how much the blacks can teach you? You know how much the whites got to give? If we could all just put it together. Y'all hear what I'm saying, man? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's how deep you gotta want it. Do you feel what I'm saying, man? I'm gonna check the chat. I'm gonna check the chat. Get on your fingers. Type in the chat. Boom. Big Chris. It's good, my dude. The King Leyland. Hoosier. Okay. I don't know if you referred to that game show I was on, Hoosier. Is that what you're referring to? The game show I was on? Give me a holler in the chat. People, place, things. It's called person, play, or what? You talking about the game show I was on? Holler at me in the chat. V-Dog, thank you, man. This is addictive. Okay. What up, Doc? Now, you hollering about the game show. I've explained that. I'll explain that real quick again. Okay. I'll explain. We in this, Leland, now. We in the cave. I'm in the cave with you. I was on a game show. Person, place, or thing. Okay. Asked me to be on it. Now, I've already explained it when I got on there and the camera. See, it's not, I've done rocked it hundreds of shows. Okay, there was an audience. It's not humans. When I look at the humans, I don't see, when I look in a crowd, I don't see humans living the life I want to live. So I don't get scared. I get angry. It wasn't the humans. It's those giant cameras. And then when the red light turns on, it's just a red light. It's just a measly red light on a giant camera. But you know when it turns on, America is watching. So when that red light turned on, I immediately said, what am I supposed to do with my arms? What am I supposed to do with my legs? So the whole show, I'm just battling myself. What am I supposed to do with my arms? What am I supposed to do with my legs? So it was hard to even think on that show. But I don't know if you heard it. Okay. Sometimes you gotta lose in order to win. We was talking about that yesterday on the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. That's what makes losing fun. Okay. Because of that appearance on that game show 1 year later, I got that call. Never forget it. Okay. I don't even be answering the phone. Okay. I don't even be answering the phone, but it said Hollywood. So I said, let me give this, go ahead and answer this. Okay. That's right, Will. That's right, Chris. Answer the call. This is Felicia from Wheel of Fortune. We need you down in LA right now. I'm on my way, said the DJ. I've been saying, get me on this show, man. For 20 years, yelling at the TV, getting puzzles before the contestants, yelling, get me on this show, man. Finally got me on that show, man, and won Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so there's a lesson in that. Sometimes you gotta lose in order to win. I'll say it again. Sometimes you gotta lose in order to win. So I appreciate my appearance on that one, losing that, because I'll tell you this. By the time I got on Wheel of Fortune, I knew what to do with my arms and knew what to do with my legs. Feel me? Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Now, we talked about Bris and Drakeo the Ruler last time. And then I got convinced to do some raps. Okay? Got convinced to do some raps. Okay? So I don't do this often. Okay, but because there's not many raps that's good enough for me to go ahead and repeat on the ha. But we talking Bris, we talking Draco the Ruler. So I'm gonna start with Draco the Ruler. Too icy, whole lot of ice. Excuse me, whole lot of ice. Clip this. This is important. Draco the Ruler, whole lot of ice. Pretty sure. If you playing ball, ain't no double dribbling. That's a penalty. Must be high on Ritalin to say that. How we dim think it was a payback. Take your shoes off in this Maybach. This chop got ADD. Don't play with me. I'm a different type of when I'm holding mops. It's a cold world. I'm a cold devil. Hit a with a shovel. Don't try to undig me. I beat life 2 times. My watch too icy. I bought more than once, bro, but nose counting 2-timer. I'm a fluke farmer. I don't do cameras. I don't do scamming. Don't play me like a rap fool. My neck, my wrist, my car, my crib, yeah, all them licks. Try me, I'm a slapperilla. Blue tips, that's the loose lips, got the tools in, spark a nuisance. Could the club, when was you invited? My neck, my wrist, my car, my crib, yeah, all them lips. Try me, I'm a slapperilla. Blue tips, that's for loose lips, got the tools in, spark a nuisance, kill the club. When would you invited? That's unlikely. Movie Spike Lee. Coco Ice Tea. Shouts out to my man Ice T. If looks kill, you should own it now. That's high fashion. No capping, no rappers, just felling in my back seat. Whole lot of ice. Finish him, another KO. Wait, hold on, I messed up right there. Whole lot of chops with the Johnny Cage kick. Finish him, another KO out the spaceship. Sub-Zero, I'm a walking glacier. Did your mama ever tell you not to play with me, man? Ah! Stop yourself. Did your mama ever tell you not to play with me, man? Oh, LA, why? That's what makes it hard to listen to Draco. I always end up feeling like this. Why, LA? You finally had a superior supreme of lyricists. Oh my goodness, why? Draco the Ruler. Let me check the chat. Y'all feeling Draco the Ruler? If you never heard of him, that was your homework. Okay, if you never heard of Draco the Ruler, that was your homework. I'm gonna check the chat. Okay, we heard of him. Good. Okay, man. I'm gonna check the chat before I go to the next rap. Holla at me in the chat. Holla at me in the chat. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Scott. Mr. Brooks. Expensive. Okay. Let me see some new names. Just the Fahrenheit off, Fahrenheit off, Fahrenheit off. This is really a brainstorm for the truth. Okay. We on a search for the truth. We're superior of beings moving on to a superior frequency. First thing is to recognize we're all connected on one frequency. That's what the show is about, a brainstorm of the frequency. We got a live TV show that we on this station, on this show, are building together called sacraptv.com, 24-hour superior of Schlump. Okay, that's what the show is for, to build it together. Another thing you need to know if you're watching this show is the word juntos. Okay, that's one of our themes on the show, juntos. And if you don't know what it means together. Okay, It mean together because that's what we're doing right now. We talk about SacramentoRap.com, the behemoth that is. Now, I got a friend. Sometimes you got to do things because it needs to get did. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes you got to do things because it need to get did. Clip this. This is important. Seattle, the 206. The 206, Emerald City, Seattle, Washington, next to Spokane, Portland, and them. Okay. Vancouver on the other side, Canada. Now, there's an MC there that absolutely needs some attention, yo. His name is Josh Reisberg. Josh Reisberg is the hottest MC in the whole of Northwest. I'm going to say it again. Josh Reisberg is the most poetic of MC of all of the Northwest. And being an overseer of the rap game, sometimes you got to reach out your hand and extend when something that needs to get heard needs to get heard. I'm going to say it again. Being a godfather of this rap game, even though I'm Sacramento, NorCal base, sometimes you gotta reach out your hand and see if something need to get heard, you get it heard. Josh Reisberg, as the hottest MC in the Northwest ever, needed to get heard. So, for you, just to prove what I'm talking about, showing you that SacramentoRap.com is a behemoth and it can help you. How can SacramentoRap.com help you? I made an article, Seattle Rappers Top 10, because it needed to get dead. Okay? It needed to get dead. So I made a page, Seattle Rappers Top 10. I made it yesterday. Okay? I made the page yesterday. Google Seattle Rappers Top 10. Front page, what do you see? First Degree The D.E.'s article staring back at thee. I'm going to say it again. After one day, I took a phrase that I deemed important, worked with the mighty behemoth named SacramentoRap.com. Now, that message around the world is Google-fied. Google Seattle Rappers Top 10. What do you see? First Degree The D.E.'s perspective, looking back at thee. How can I help you with a keyword? That's your proof. Look at the date on that page. I don't know if you can see the date, but I just did it yesterday. Okay? The behemoth that is SacramentoRap.com. How can it help you? Hit me up on the DM. Now, all right, King, I'll see you in a minute. Next raps, the mighty Bris. Now, I don't do this. It gotta be special if it's coming out my lips. Okay? Gotta be special if it's coming out my lips. Song is called Last 42. Clip this. This is important. Bris, Last 42. Hey, I got a lot to lose. Two-stepping in them things like a socks and shoes. Little baby on my got a lot to lose. It's folks in this party. They know not to move. Aye, let me get jiggy. Fell in love with the chop. My shooter air it out. It may hit Millie. For if you don't want to smoke, you a hillbilly. All right, I'm back in action. When they see this thriller, it's lights, camera, action. It's like a chain reaction. They just stop and stare. These on my jock, they call me Papa Bear. They in love with my fit, yet it's not Rockaware. I'll leave your hoodie red. It is not Montclair. Hey, can't change jerseys. 4-2 up on my chest like I'm James Worthy. Hey, folks geeking off this plain brown. This Glock done jammed on me. Gotta switch 30s. Bris popping like this wood. Mess with suckers? It's not good. Mess with suckers? It's not good. This is just how my mind listens to music. Okay. It's the Fahrenheit. That was Bris last 42 DE interpretation. Slappy on the slap on that. Shouts out to him. I'm headed to the chat. I see the new name, okay. The one LVS. Blast Wars, okay. DC. Northwest Southeast crew. Now, just because you said DC, my next Fahrenheit hour tomorrow, I'm going to tell y'all some Washington, DC stories. Southeast crew. Northwest Southeast crew. Now, DC got a whole nother sound. They got a whole, I don't know if it's still going on right now, but they got this music called go-go music. Where they play on it, whatever they get their hands on. We'll talk about that on the next one. You know, it is good music. I love DC go-go music. Oh, SC, okay, South Carolina. I've been there too. Okay, I went to Charlotte for a football fantasy draft 5 years. No, that was probably like 10 years ago now. Time flies. Time flies. Now I'm headed to the chat. Give me some questions in the chat. What you want to know? How is you feeling? Have you asked the schlangs how to make your life better? Have you been on asktheshlangs.com? The knowledge of 1,000,000 books. The reach of the worldwide interweb. And the perspective of the mighty Fahrenheit schlangs. Have you been on asktheshlangs.com and had it do a task for you? Tell me in the chat. Ooh, Blue Nose. Okay. What up, Diggle? I just told a Seattle story. Just talking about Seattle. What are the chances? Just talking about Seattle. Scott. Ooh, big black bat. It's funny you say that. This is what you learn about humans. You know, I used to hear, man, you should do Planet Zero again. I used to hear that, right? And then I remember doing this show, I think it was Denver. And I was a bunch of people running up to the D.E. And they're done, their eyes are all big, and then they're like, man, when you gonna do music like that album again? And I was like, oh, here we go about Planet Zero. It's like, I grew up on this album. His friend was like, what was it called? He was like, Big Black Bat. And I was like, oh my goodness. It made me realize there's a certain span of like from like maybe 16 to 22. People hear music and they just want that era. Big Black Bat to me is one of my babies. Watching my life go. I wrote the end of that song first. Okay? Whenever I was on tour, whenever there's a DE show, within 4 hours of your trip, you make it to that show. Okay? You make it to that show and bring your bestest of. I love the Big Black Bat. Thanks for bringing that up. Cincinnati. I've been there. That's a beautiful city. Okay? I've been to Dayton, Cincinnati, Louisville. Okay? Tell me I ain't been out there if you hear me saying Louisville. Because everybody else says Louisville. You'll never hear me saying that. The only reason I'm saying that now is because I'm telling you that's not how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Louisville. Cincinnati, Ohio, Dayton. Did a car show. I don't know if you know about the Carl Casper car show, but it used to be 750,000 people at that. That's what I learned about the Midwest, yo. When they come together, they come together. There is no event on the West Coast, 3-day event, that has 750,000 people. Shouts out to my man Buckshot on that. Back to the chat. Back to the chat. Okay. Swallow, it's a good song. Southbound. We also talk about that. You mentioned Southbound. I made that in 1994. How many years is that? It's 30 years. Telling you, now is the time. And also I see some new faces, so I gotta explain this. Right now is Jeff Bezos in his garage with Amazon.com spray painted on his wall saying, maybe I can sell some books on this new internet thing. I'm gonna say it again. If you're new to the show, right now is an era with AI, okay? With AI, there are 100 Jeff Bezoses in their garage with some names sprayed on the wall saying, I wonder if I can sell some books on this new internet thing. That is now, okay? We didn't talk about that much today, but maybe tomorrow we get more into it, okay? Maybe tomorrow we get more into it. But AI, I can't stop telling you about that. We're using AI to build something that's going to last forever. You in the chat are already talking about something I made 30 years ago. I'm telling you, now is the time to build something. Holla at me. Let's figure it out. Man, now is the time. Thank you, Daniel. Big Black Bat, my man Buck. Actually was out in Cincinnati and Ohio and stuff when I was writing that album. Indiana, they don't do it, but we do it still. That was written in Indiana. You feel what I'm saying? Used to be nationwide with this. We all over the place. I'm not trying to get Johnny Masses and Jane Public. I don't care what they're doing. I care about you. I'm ahead of my time. So if you bumping this here, that means you most smart than your neighbor and peer. They say I'm ahead of my time. So if you bumping this here, that means you most sharp than your neighbor and peer. That's my purpose, is to gather the smartest of the smart. You are in the chat, you're watching the show. You're watching the play of the show. Okay, one last look in the chat. Whew, one last look at the chat. Watching my life go, man. I'm glad we connected on that. Bars, bars. You gonna make it to that show? But I mean, you could play that song now. Times is changing even more now. Back then, when I was talking about like 9/11 and all that, how that changed the world. But now it's the same thing. I'm telling you, AI is the internet times 10, man, because it could do tasks. Please don't use Ask the Schlangs to watch cat dancing videos. People are using it. I'm just have my fingers crossed that people are using it for the right reasons because I don't know what people are doing. All I see is the page stats. Yeah, that's true, Moonchild. Because someday they're going to be able to not turn themselves off. Maybe, I don't know. But we not there yet. That's funny. You know what I'm saying? Scott X. Tell the story of you is with. No, I was with Montabulus Rex. Yeah, I was with my man Montabulus Rex, shoveling rubble. Okay? Montabulus Rex, shoveling rubble. Okay, really, Don't Be My Pleasure was about the end. I wrote the end first. Okay? So that song, everything you hear is just to build to the end. It reminds me of Underbelly Sound Wars. You gotta watch it. I see some new names in the chat. Underbelly Sound Wars 5-part series. You gotta watch the whole thing, and if you earn yourself to get to the end, it's life-changing. It's jaw-dropping. It's sinister. It's us. We take over the world. I'm sorry, it's to spoil it. Oh my goodness. All right, one last look in the chat. Oh man, Moonchild, dang, you missed the story, man. I'll wrap it up real quick. Because I remember your name. I remember you. What up, Marcus? New names in the chat. Nah, Marcus, I appreciate the spirit of that. But let me tell you something about Dr. Dre before I get tell Moonchild about the Nicki story, and then we'll wrap it up. When you listen to Dr. Dre's beats, you don't know Dr. Dre. You know the funk Parliament, the Funktify, that era that he copied from. You know Above the Law that he copied from. You know what else? There's no Dre song you've ever heard that he made himself. Even Ding Ding Dong. Every song, every hit Dre has made, he copied the beat from somewhere else. I'm sorry. So my conclusion is this, and I use this in my Funk Beta argument. Shouts out to Funk Beta. I'm hoping we get the beta show going. When you listen to a Dre song, you don't know Dre. When you listen to a Funk Beta song, you know Funk Beta. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me if you were blindfolded and I introduced you to 10 people and you had a 3-minute conversation with all 10 of those people, tell me you wouldn't be able to guess which one was Beta just through his music. Stop yourself, Michael. First Degree The D.E is the same way. You know the D.E through the D.E beats. Look at you. Why are you here? It's because we're on a superior of frequency. I don't copy anybody. You know the D.E. You do not know Dr. Dre. So I don't like being compared to him because he's just a copycat, but I appreciate what you mean. And I'm glad you're here, man. We do. This is the Fahrenheit Hour, man. Beans. Okay, now, let me go back. Nickatina story real quick. Nickatina call it D. Out in the mountains, it's a blizzard. No one else shows up because it's a blizzard. First Degree The D.E shows up. Nickatina's there. 30 models. Luxury suite, suites everywhere. It's not a suite. There's suites everywhere. It's a complex of suites. Luxury here, luxury there. Nicotina's telling 30 women half dressed what to do all night, and he's like a conductor. And it never came out. It was called Cookies and Cream. It was in the middle of nowhere. They were doing everything he said. He was conducting women all night. It was the most craziest scene you'll ever see in your life. That's the story. I told the long version, but just rewatch it so you get the long version. All right, y'all. I'm so glad that y'all joined, man. I'm sorry. It is facts. I'm sorry. I appreciate all the Dre and all that, but man. All right. I want to end the show with some appreciation, man. I think this is how my mind goes. You know, I sit here, I think ideas. I'm right here in my office, just got a black background, but you allow me to share the ideas. Then you give me energy. You give me more ideas, and then we build, and then we build, and then we build. Ask the Schlangs really came from you, wanting to give you a guide, a life coach in your pocket, because we've been talking about AI. Okay? Ideas. We're exchanging ideas. I appreciate you being an ear. Okay? People don't like to hear my ideas. Okay? Did you like to hear my ideas? People think I'm crazy. People think all I talk about is ideas. I don't care what such and such. I don't care what Shannon Sharp. I like Shannon Sharp. That's just the first thing I popped in my mind. I don't care what such and such did. I don't care about what celebrities. I don't care about the sports statistics. I don't care about what Trump did. I don't care. All I care about is what we're doing. Our ideas. That's all I think about. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to scroll. All I want to do is construct ideas that we create. Oh my goodness. And I just want to thank you for being with me and giving me the energy to get to talk about these ideas. Oh my goodness. Dumb people talk about people. Smart people talk about events. The brilliant talk about ideas. Anything else is a vice. It's chatter. When people want to talk to you about dumb people doing dumb things, please don't pay any attention. The first time you get a text from somebody about somebody talking about something, ask yourself, is it a dumb person doing dumb things? And if it is, don't give it any thought, because that's what's supposed to happen. That's why we call them dumb, because they do dumb things. We don't care about what celebrities are doing with their lives. Oh my goodness. I see the dumbest of clickbait headlines. We're going to leave that to Johnny Masses and Jane Public. Have your clickbait headlines about what celebrities are doing or what such and such with sports. We're only thinking about ideas. That's what's bringing us ahead. Last time someone in the chat called AI the devil, I promise you, don't connect it to your religion. Use it as a tool. You be the master. Oh my goodness. Even if you don't want to use it yet, just be open-minded. Just keep thinking of ideas. Don't worry about dumb people doing dumb things. Please don't get distracted on that, Sons of Fahrenheit. Oh my goodness. Dumb people doing dumb things. We call them YouTube Yodas, random randoms, observation ostriches. Anywho, you guys let me vent last show. I don't want to get on here and vent every show. Overkill, asktheshlangs.com. Ask the Schlangs, for the Schlangs will provide. All right, y'all, say it with me. All praise due to the Fahrenheit Schlang. It is the Schlangs that brings us here. Juntos. All praise due to the Fahrenheit Schlang. It is the Schlangs that brings us purpose. Meet me back here tomorrow. Same Fahrenheit station, same Fahrenheit hour.